The biggest news of Chapter 3 has been announced, and that is the end of Chapter 3. That's right, ladies and lads. Chapter 4 is right around the corner, less than 3 weeks away. Today, we're going to talk about the final update of Chapter 3. Now, I can't lie, I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought Epic was going to add back the web shooters to celebrate Gwen Stacy. We may still get Miles Morales in the shop. We're not sure yet. But today's update was actually quite substantial. We got new locations, a returning item, and the addition of a true Rocket League collab. They've added a car known as the Octane into the game. It does crazy flips, it does all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and drop in, try out all the new things, and we're even gonna get a couple of crown victories along the way. If you enjoy this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe. Share it with someone you love. Comment down below what you thought of Chapter 3. I really want to know. Do you think it was worth the time? Do you think they're ending it a little too early? I got my own opinions on that, but we'll talk about those in another video. Let's get on into this gameplay. Drive it to this little thing right here. I'm gonna hop out, goo gun them, and then it should be an easy cleanup.
Get him, one more, just this one.
Nice, dude. Oh, the goo didn't hit the one I was aiming at, but it did hit the other guy. Let's go. We did good. We did, yeah, no, especially considering you didn't have any health. Like, we had to make some dramatic plays.
I had car.
So it looks like web shooters, they're not coming this season. It's not going to be a thing. Instead, we have the grapple glider that is returned today. And honestly, I'm not too big on this item. I feel like it leaves you very vulnerable, especially in this meta with the hammer. Mouse players are running roughshod on controller players because the hammer is just a god to your gun if you're aiming with the mouse. Beyond that, Tilted has gotten touched by the Chrome. So the Chrome is expanding. By next week, I expect it to actually hit Greasy Grove. Of course, No Sweat Insurance has been in the game for a couple chapters, actually. And they're saving certain buildings. I don't know what's going to happen to the map. I imagine because the event is called Fracture, the actual map will fracture, fall into a hole, and then all the buildings that are floating will just kind of like sit down on the new map. I also expect next season to be like a remix of all three maps. Because it's called Fracture, I imagine they're going to kind of just smash them together. First person mode is definitely coming next season. It's kind of weird considering that Call of Duty now has a third person mode. It really is a war between those two games. Apex Legends, I feel like it's very niche. It's not for everyone. Warzone and Fortnite are really fighting over that casual crowd right now. The thing is that Apex Legends gets a map like once every 8 or 9 months. Apex Legends has been alive for maybe 3 or 4 years. That game has 6 maps already. Fortnite is unique in that there's only ever one map that you can play on. Maybe that's what the Fracture means. Maybe they'll start doing a map rotation like Apex does, so like 3 hours of the day you'll be playing on one map, then it'll switch to another map. It's like you're slipping through the multiverse in the Battle Royale, you know? Alright, the big one is chromed out Tilted. This is kind of like a bad example right now. Oh no, and I'm dead. Oh god, I didn't die? Oh!
You're a damn legend!
Let's go, lads. Give me this. That was just a weird fight. Oh my god. Why do I have every shotgun in the game in my inventory? Why was every shotgun in this one spot? Chapter 3 was super laggy. Well, the past like month has been laggy. Okay. This is my lobby! Oh, I got the new thing too! It looks so different from what it used to look like. No, there he is. Just not full shield. I can't total aggro that yet. Got some healing at least. Turkey hunting. It's turkey season, boys and girls. Okay, here's where there's a little bit of a problem because it makes you glide, so you gotta pick a good spot. Yes! Who else wants some? Where'd you go, man? I miss you so. Seems like forever since you've been gone. Used to barbecue up burgers and wings. Come on. Come on! Connect! Jesus! How long does it... I guess it's got a pretty far distance, but I was scared, man. I was pooping my pants. The movement is incredible in this season right now. My god, bro. In zero build, this might not be bad because you get so far away. Shockwave, you always have to use 2 or 3 to actually escape somebody.
Later.
Okay, that should hit. And get back up the hill. Come on, baby. Come on, don't... Jesus! Yes! Why did you have to evolve right there? No! Yeah, that was so nerve-wracking. Why? Oh, Lord above. There's your grapple glider win, bro. It actually saved my ass at the end, dude. That was so close. That was butt cheek close, bro. Bruh. That was closer than a pair of butt cheeks, I tell you right now.
Right.
So having gotten a few huge victories in this update, I want to revisit the item tier list that I did a couple weeks ago. There's been some changes. As of right now, this is the final update of the entire chapter. There may be some wild weeks adding a couple things in, but don't expect any big meta changes. To start off with, the Star Wars weapons are all gone. Out of the game. That includes the lightsaber, the E11 blaster, the pulse carbine, and oddly enough, the junk rifts were considered part of the Star Wars update. Before I put the new items going top to bottom on our current tier list, I want to drop the Cobra down to an A tier, and this is just because the sniper is more dominant. If you're going to aim down scope at someone, you might as well take the sniper. I'm also going to drop the burst below the shotguns. I just want it to be at the bottom of the A tier, because it has a little bit of bloom. I found the hammer is a lot more consistent as a backup weapon to your shotgun. In that same vein, I'm going to drop the Avochrome down to the B tier. And I found that it's just a little bit lacking in power. I've had situations where people survive with single-digit health, where with other shotguns, I would get the job done. I also find that I have to fire twice as many shots with the Avochrome as I do with the lever action. So I'm going to move the lever action up to where the Avochrome was. I think a gold lever action is a much better way to go than the Avochrome nowadays. Everything else, I believe, is more or less in the same place. I would love to put the porter bunkers up, but unfortunately, we have the goo gun. Goo gun is pretty much the thing you want to be rocking behind your shotgun. It's really the reason lever action's in the A tier right now. But before I start talking loadouts, let's put the last 2 items on the list. I've taken a while, I've kind of forgotten this item, and it's the jump pad. The jump pad is now an item that sits in your inventory. Because of this, I think it's a C tier. I find myself never carrying them except in squads. If I see them, I generally just throw them on the ground right where I am. There's plenty of balloons across the map anyway, plenty of cars. There's no reason to carry them around. The most recent addition, the grapple glider. This, I believe, is an A tier. It's not quite as good as the shockwaves. because the shockwaves, for one, don't put you in the glide mode. The glide mode can hinder you or help you. Generally, it means you're going to be a lot easier to shoot in the sky, but you'll get much further with a single charge of this grapple glider. I think ultimately it's going to come down to style, but universally, the shockwave is going to put you in more situations where you can win, especially if the circle's small and you don't have anything to grapple onto. Shockwave, you can just shock up, goo gun, shock up, goo gun. So talking about loadouts right now, I think the way to go is first, always have a scoped weapon. You want to have either the Cobra or the Sniper, preferably the Sniper. However, if you find you're not really good with scope weapons, it's generally best to run the goo gun. And if you find yourself coming into an end zone with a lot of cover, just drop the scope for the goo gun. In terms of loadouts, I would say always rock the hammer, unless you can't get a gold hammer. Then just rock a burst. Rock one of these shotguns, the prime and the lever action, and hold the goo gun. Goo gun for end game, Sniper for early and mid game. You could have the shockwaves that'll do you well, or you could have the grapple glider. Either is your style. And then of course you want to have chug splashes, slurp fish, mini shields, just the quickest heals you can use. When it comes to heals, I don't feel the need to make a tier list. It's just whatever is the quickest to use. And favor your shields. Because honestly, a lot of times you get tagged, you won't go down into your health. So carrying health items doesn't help you as much as you would think. You want to be carrying shields. Anyway, that's all for this video. That's all for this tier list. I may update it a little bit at the end of one of my other videos. But until then, take care of yourself. Like and subscribe. Share it with someone you love. And I'll catch you in the next one.